Up, people? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? We're always starting this shit live. If you guys could hear the shit we say before we go live, oh my gosh, them conversations. I don't even know. I don't even know how we start them half the time. I know usually I'm the one that starts them, but I just don't know how we usually get there to that point of where we just keep going and going and going.
Yeah, I don't either. That last one was rough.
And then the funny thing is like when we come into the live, we're either ending the conversation without saying anything too crazy, or saying like that one wild thing at the very end, or laughing about that conversation. It's one or the other. It's either we're just ending it or we're just laughing about it and just head right into this. This was like a kind of mix of both, but it was fun. It was funny. I may start recording those and dropping that on my Patreon.
No doubt.
Maybe I'll do that. Give you guys the pre-recorded. That way, if it's anything that quote unquote offend you, you're paying for it. I don't want to hear any of that crybaby bullshit. I'm sorry, people. I'm joking. I'm having fun, but I do have an intro for you guys, and then we're gonna dive right into this and have a great fun time. This is the last episode of Horror with Sir Sturdy of 2022. Doesn't mean there's not gonna be any other Horror with Sir Sturdy content in 2022, but the last podcast episode. So we're going out with 13 Slays. Here's this. Are you guys ready for this? 13 Slays till Christmas. Dreams is ready. He came prepared. He came for this one.
I came, man.
He came for the freaking watch party. He's coming for the review. He's gonna just. He has some shit to say. He has some shit to say.
Do I? I got a whole lot to say.
He's going to watch party, so make sure you guys tune in for this.
Yes, sir.
Episode of 2022 of Horror with Sir Sturdy, people. It's gonna be a fun one. We're gonna end on a high note. End the year strong. Start the year strong. Welcome to the madness, people. Again, happy holidays, no matter what you celebrate. Let's go. Let's go. I'm fucking ready.
Let's do it.
And we're back. And we're excited to be back. Yeah, man. You know how people are. Crybaby bullshit. Like, not everybody gets or mind their own business, but that's another story. That's another conversation. So we were all in the watch party together. we just watched yes, Happy New Year. Well, soon, but speaking of which, actually I'll say this before I dive into this movie. So this weekend, because my old ass doesn't go out for New Year's, I'm doing a podcast on New Year's. It's gonna be the 5-year anniversary of Horror with Sir Sturdy. So if you want to come on there, have some fun, talk about some random horror. What I want to do is kind of have random discussions about maybe the best horror movie you've seen this year for the first time. So it doesn't have the movie didn't have to come out in 2022. If it did, that's cool. But it did not have to come out in 2022. It could have came out in 1986. I don't care what year, as long as it's the first time you've seen it this year. Come on the podcast and talk about that, and other movie, just in general, just talk horror in general, horror movies in general, and have a good time. Open door policy, there can be 10 of us at a time on the screen, so keep that in mind. But whoever wants to join, let me know, and I'll send you guys a link for that episode. That's gonna be a fun one. And yeah, I know it's late ass notice, but hey, man, my truck broke down on Christmas, so I had to take care of that first. Hey, yo, you're gonna love it, and I'll say watch Pearl. Honestly, I'll say if you're just starting X now, if you have the opportunity to watch Pearl and then X, I would say do that. But if you don't watch X, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love them both. Excuse me. You still there, Dreams?
Yes, sir. My mic is giving like this weird feedback, so I'm just muting it for when I'm not talking.
Got you. But yeah, guys. So let's get into 13 Slays. Now, for me, this was a first time watch. Have either of you seen this before?
This was the second time I watched it.
Okay. Dreams, you never seen this, right?
Absolutely not.
Wow.
I've never seen this before.
We know how he's feeling. We know how he's feeling. And
I
this
feel a
is
low
why-
number coming on.
Yeah, man. Probably lower than the both of us.
Probably.
I don't know. We gotta see. We gotta see.
But hold on, let me just. All right. Okay. Do this early ratings. Dreams, you're up first, brother.
Oh man, early ratings. So I didn't see the trailer of the movie, so I just jumped into this thing blind, no clue what this dude Sturdy was having me watch. But first of all, I'm glad I was able to tune in. So thanks for the invite for that. But early rating, I'm gonna give this one a 4.5. 4.5, and this is out of 10, right?
Yeah, well, from a -10 to a +10. That's how I do it. But some people don't go negatives; they only do from 0 to 10. So yeah.
Yeah, that's too much time to go -10. Godly. But now I would say like a 4.5. You know what I mean? And there's a lot to discuss why I'm giving that rating, but I'm gonna hold off until it's time. But 4.5 for me.
How about you, sir?
6.
6.
This movie wasn't the best anthology movie I've seen, but it had its funny stories, and there were some bad ones.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I got a question for you guys. What do you guys think I gave it before I give my rating? Just out of curiosity.
Honestly, knowing you 30, you gave this joint an 8.
What do you think, Chad?
See, I was gonna say 7 or 8.
You have to choose one.
7.5.
7.5. Okay. I gave it a 7. I gave it a 7 just because the highs to me were much higher than the lows, and the lows weren't. Well, I can bring myself down so we can really start discussing this. The lows for me, because I know it's an independent movie as well, weren't as bad as like the lows would be for a Hollywood budget type of film with A-list actors. You know what I mean? Just because I know that some people in this movie may have acted in maybe only a handful of things, and then of course again the budget's only so big. But I did like there was the way some of the stories were told were good. Sometimes just the effects didn't always hit like you wanted them to, but you can kind of understand that. Sometimes it just was. Some weren't that great at all. There was a couple that were just, you know, they were the quicker. You're like, okay, I'm glad this one wasn't that long. And there were some you're just like, fuck, I wanted this to be the whole like shit. Like I want this to be at least 30 minutes. At least give me that.
Right.
Which those types you fucking just draw into them. But I had a good time with it. Overall, I had a good time. So I give it, like I said, I give it 7 slates so far. But what are your things with it, Dreams?
So I mean, before we dive into like each story, there was just like small things that just, you know me, I'm a really particular guy. So like, I'm looking at the details of everything. Like, what was the angle of that shot? Was that shot right? You know, being a production guy. So I analyzed a lot, but like you said, I remind myself, you know, it's an independent film. It's not, you know, some type of blockbuster. I need to be so critical.
No, and real, not to cut you off, but really quick, just because, you know, just I watched more than you. I'm not saying that as like a thing. I know you don't have the time to and shit, but like,
Yeah.
I just look at it more so, and I think I even look at it more so like this now because I have a podcast, and I know how much it is just to do this. I'm not comparing this to making movies. I'm just saying like all the shit that they have to do to make that. I'm just like, I do kind of put that in perspective of like, okay, just because of indie ones. Now them big budget ones, nah, you motherfuckers got the budget. You guys got the money and all this.
Exactly.
I'll talk shit about an indie one either way, but I'll try to be a little nicer about it.
Yeah.
But
and that's what I mean. Like I had to remind myself, you know, it's an indie film.
I get
you know what I mean?
But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with being passionate about a project, whether you like it or love it, because that's how you feel about it, and you're being honest with it. You're not trying to be an asshole. you say you don't like it, and you're not trying to be an ass kisser, so to speak. If you're saying you do enjoy it, you're just being honest about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So since we're on the topic of that, I guess my first complaint, I didn't really like a lot of the makeup and the props.
Okay.
You know, I don't think that really gets too crazy in the budget. You know what I mean? But like, it just when I get sucked into a movie, something like a really fast done makeup job can usually be like a distracting thing for me to really continue to focus on the storyline and what's
Yeah.
happening. But I mean, outside of small things like that, though, what I did enjoy was that I felt like we watched like a ton of mini movies.
Yes, which we basically did.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like we were just sitting here watching them just tell a story, you know, and like it would go back and forth between them telling the story
Mhm.
and seeing a visual. Like it was just like we watched multiple movies. So I did appreciate that.
You know, you know what I want to say and add on to that is I want to see more anthologies, more holiday anthologies for every freaking holiday, and like how this was created, where you had different creators, different directors, if I'm not mistaken, doing each, different teams doing each story, and then everybody just teaming up together to put this. I think that's a freaking amazing idea that should keep going along, even with the name 13 Slays. Just call it 13 Slays, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to call it, and
And it
keep
just
doing
always features new
yeah,
producers or
yeah, direct,
even some repeat producers of like some of the people that some of the viewers favorited or whatever.
yeah.
And just keep the thing going.
Yeah, exactly. Just as long as it's independent creators, as long as it's indie creators that are doing it, I think it should be able to keep going around. And then do something for Halloween, do something for freaking Thanksgiving. Like seriously, for every holiday, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, shit, a birthday one you could do, and have the birthday be a different day every year.
Hmm.
Little much or every story, whatever. If you have to do birthdays are a little bit more difficult, but holidays, boom.
Nah, isn't there like a leap year birthday kind of like thing?
Yeah, there you go. That'd
Do
be
some
it.
type of spin off leap year birthdays. I don't know.
Boom. Bunch of
Yeah.
stuff. Bunch of stuff. But yeah, holiday. I really do enjoy holiday horror, and it's the type of horror to me that I'm not saying it can't be, because it definitely can be. There's some fire movies, but it doesn't have to be serious. With holiday horror, for me, it does not have to be serious at all. It doesn't even have to be overly scary. You actually want it to be, for me, I'll say, I want it to be at the very least like fun and funny and some blood. Of course, you want titties in there, but that's not always. That doesn't have to happen. But I'm never gonna say no to that. Um, but no,
And
seriously,
I feel like you got that from this movie too. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't
yeah,
like a super serious movie at all. And like you said, there was like some fun, there was some humor, there was
mhm,
some really actually like, even
creepy.
though like at the very beginning I was like, these puns are so corny. There was actually a few that was a good ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
And the fact that they were using puns for some of their lines, but then like you said, there was some blood, some killings, even seeing kids get murked, which you don't
yeah.
often see, in horror movies. So you got a little mix of everything. So like you said, it was, it fits that ticket that you're talking about.
Yeah, and it really does. And again, I think that's why I gave it a 7. I can see my score going up or down still. The more we discuss it, we'll see. But it was just something to where I can I can see myself coming back to this next year, like next December. So now I have two films, which Christmas Bloody Christmas is a definite. That's still my favorite Christmas horror movie right now. My favorite Christmas movie, maybe even, because people are telling me I can't count Batman Returns. Yes, I can, but if you're not letting me count Batman Returns and Christmas Bloody Christmas. So yeah, this is something I can definitely go back to. And like I said, I would love to see more movies, more anthologies. Like again, this 13 Slays. Let's keep this shit going. Like this came out in 2020. We should have one in 2021. Let's make sure we have one in 2023. For 13 Slays, because it's just something that I think should be an awesome tradition thing. And kind of like what they originally wanted to do with Halloween anyway, make it like an anthology thing. Let's do it now, but with independent people. And like you guys are saying, either you could have new people every year, maybe have like the quote unquote most popular stories, fan voted stories, those directors come back, or let those two teams come back, or just something. Have maybe one or two teams come back to help the new people, but also kind of do their own stories or whatever. I don't know, but I think that'd be dope. I think that'd be dope
Yeah,
for
yeah.
every holiday.
I always liked anthology films as a whole anyway, because they're just if you find a shitty story, you know it's going to end soon.
Yes.
And then like some of like the good ones, if you try to make like a feature, like it's not going to work. So
Well,
it's like the anthology films are perfect.
It depends, because I mean, I guess you can use Terrifier as a example, because Art the Clown was originally in what the hell is it?
All Hallows Eve.
Yes, All Hallows Eve, which was an anthology, and then they ended up making
Right.
it around that character. So it could, I guess, it depends on how you write, how the story's written around that. You know, how the story's drawn out in the long run.
Right. I just don't think any of the ones in this one could make a feature film.
Not a feature, maybe, but I'll say a half hour.
Yeah, like I can see some of them being a short film.
Like a half hour short, I think would be that. Because I don't want to say like 10, 15. No, like give it a nice half hour. They can tell the little story, the beginning, middle, end, and boom, and you're done.
Yeah. Yeah. So
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay.
No, go ahead. Nah, so I was gonna say, I took like we saw in the watch party, I was taking notes.
He was.
You know, and I kind of I kind of wrote about each story. I'm not sure if you guys kind of remember them all, but I wasn't sure if you kind of want to like tap in on each one, some of the things you like, didn't like.
We'll start with, I'll say, because you took notes, can you start with the first story and we'll just go from there?
Yeah, so remember that first one was like the sisters decorated mom's house for the first time, or for the last time since mom passed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then the whole entire weird, I guess it must have been like some type of evil force, you know, I guess duplicating themselves to look like, I don't know. The storyline was I didn't really understand what certain things was supposed to be. I get the premise though. But yeah, what was your thoughts on that one?
I'm trying to think. Say that one more time.
I think I missed that one.
Yeah, so the first one was where, remember the girl was like, as long as you get the lights from the basement, as long as you get the stuff from the basement.
Yeah. She kept trying to send her sister to the basement. Okay, yeah. Now I remember that one. Because that's the one where I was like, is she a vampire?
Right, because the light over the curtains is just disintegrated.
Yeah. Because she kept telling her to go to the basement, and she goes down there. She eventually goes down there to get the lights or whatever, and she's looking around. She sees something down there. I think her sister's cell phone. And she
seen like something like covered up under a blanket, and it was her sister.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she
knew the thing upstairs wasn't her sister.
Mm-hmm. That story was all right. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But I think it wasn't the worst story, I'll say that, but I think it was good. It was placed good because right in the beginning it was quick. It was like a quick short story, you know what I mean? A quick thing. Yeah. And then it was done. But it wasn't bad. I think that's one of those ones that I wish you can have more of a backstory to. You know?
Yeah. I would say that was one of the ones that I didn't really favor. Kind of like, catered or, contributed towards the score that I gave. But there was some elements that I did like about it though. You know what I mean? Like I did like, that one shot where when you seen her opening the door, you seen her sister standing in the hallway. But once the door closed from her, walking out of the basement, the figure was gone. I was like, that's, some things you would see in like a actual high end production type, film. So I was like, that was dope on their end for that. But yeah, that storyline, like you said, I feel like there needed to be more understanding of what exactly was going on. I didn't know what she was supposed to be.
Yeah,
at all.
that story, I feel like just for, I guess not having. I don't know what the whole deal was with the movie or what the deals were as far as how long the movie can be or what it can be, but this one not having enough time to really draw it out. Because I feel like they could have possibly done something. I don't know. I would like to see something from them that's longer so I can judge that. But beautiful cinematography, I'll say that.
Yeah. I'll say that for all of the films. Actually, like the shooting was pretty good. Some shots was like, but overall, they did their thing.
But the thing is, I can accept the shots again because of the indie thing. I can accept that kind of thing to where you're gonna have. I don't even want to say mistakes, just those. Maybe you don't have the quality of the equipment for everything. You know what I mean? So it's like I can respect that because they're still going out there and doing what they want to do and doing something.
And there wasn't really much of that. There was
No,
like
there
maybe
wasn't at
like
all.
just small splatters here and there, but for the
Yeah.
most part, like I said, like
No,
they
I
shot that thing well.
I agree, which is dope, which is real dope that they did an amazing job overall. Like you're saying, overall for the most part, there were some things like you're saying here and there with things. Of course, it's gonna happen with anything. It's gonna happen with anything.
I don't mean to skip around, but that one dude who was acting as the killer, that was like locked in like that crazy room.
Yeah.
His acting was great. Like I really thought there was something wrong with that guy.
Yo.
Yeah, he did his thing. Like the whole entire, I don't know what he was doing. I'm like, I was convinced he know what he's doing. Like he's doing something.
He's in the room by himself.
Yeah.
Because the guy was like, he was reliving the night, and this whole time he's like telling jokes and just saying fucked up shit. I'm like, yo, what is wrong with you?
Right.
I love this job. And then the dudes. So with that story, this dude on Christmas Eve or Christmas killed a bunch of fucking people. Just let's just say slayed a neighborhood basically. And he's got locked up, and of course, would they plead him insane or something? So he was in an insane asylum for however many years, just going nuts, reliving the night every single Christmas. Actually, he was in there for a year. Sorry, he was in there for like a year to this day. Some of the news thing came on and all this other stuff. And the guy, I'm like, so the guy that's working there was fucked up. And like, so this guy has some mental issues, one, and he's fucking violent, and you're just fucking with him. The whole time I'm thinking, when I'm watching this, I'm like, oh shit, I'm expecting this guy to break out and like just start slaying a bunch of people. That would have been fucking dope.
Yes, that's what I thought was going to happen.
Not only
but I mean, I'm almost happy it didn't, because even the way that it went, I was like, yo, I did not expect that.
Yo. Right. Let's talk about that in a second. But before we get to that, let's just, with the whole breakout theory, I wouldn't even been mad if, like, say he died in there and then or somehow became possessed in there and then broke out. And, when the dude was talking all that shit or whatever, broke the glass, if they broke his neck or whatever. Maybe killed the other dude that was in there with them, and then just left, killed everybody that was in there. They just kind of left and started slaying people, and then maybe disappeared for a year. And
or I could even see in like whatever was like possessing the guy who was crazy, or like that was wrong with him, like whatever it was started to mentally affect that guy who was enjoying talking about all those crazy things, and then all of a sudden he started becoming a killer and started doing all these killings and doing all the same things he was doing, because he was just affected by being around him for so long.
Okay, and then to flip it again to add on to that,
and just a new person every single time.
No, but with that, the previous person is always trying to warn not only the next person, but but other people. But they're just like they're only going by what they knew him by from the him or her by from the beginning of being this insane person, person.
So they're not going to listen to you. They think you're insane.
Yeah, like, oh, they're just saying this to save themselves.
Right.
Wow. But the way they did the story,
that could be fired.
But here's the thing, though. The way that they did this story was still good.
It was. Like I said, the way it went, I did not see that coming.
The way it ends.
Yeah. This one was a good one.
Another dude comes in talking, and he's like, you're not my usual, what do you say, like, mate, usual something, like, intern type of thing, or
I think it was intern.
Was it intern? He's like, you're not my usual intern. And the guy was just, he was talking. He was asking about the guy that was in the cell, and he's talking, telling about all the crimes, telling about the guy's crimes and shit. Then he was like, yeah, the guy also killed. So the guy killed a bunch of people in the town. I think he ended up killing 30 people total, because he killed the school bus full of kids.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And so one of the kids on the bus was this other guy's younger brother. So he came in and boop, shot him right in the forehead, right through the glass. Boom. I was like, oh, when that one ended, I was like, oh shit. Mm-hmm. Oh, so like all the shit that we said for this story would have been fucking dope. But the way that it ended, honestly, I feel like was perfect. Like there's no reason to change it.
Well, like I
Even
said, I watched it before last week, and whenever that scene was coming up, whenever he was about to pop himself, like I was watching like both of your reactions.
yo,
Yeah.
Because whenever I first watched it, I was like, "Oh shit, didn't see that coming."
that was
Yeah.
the other part too, because he popped the dude in the forehead. Then he looks over at the other guy. I forgot what he said to him. I don't know if he said "Merry Christmas" or what.
No, he was like saying something about, you'll be talking about this. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Blow." He was like, and then also this. Bow.
Yep.
I'm like, oh.
Like, oh shit! Like, yo, that right there. That right there was that story right there was just great. That story right there was probably,
Absolutely.
if not my favorite story, definitely top 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was definitely top 3 because that was just it was simplistic in the sense of how the story was. You know what I mean? Like the way the story was told. But the way it was portrayed was so fucking awesome, phenomenal, and beautiful. And then the way it ended was just what really shot it to the fucking top. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was good acting. That was good acting. That was like good writing.
And
Everything about it was good.
It's almost one of those things where it's like you want kind of that, but longer. Maybe like that one. That's one of the ones that I feel like could be a half hour.
Yeah.
Possibly longer. I don't know. Possibly longer. Of course, there has to be more to the story. But that's one of the ones I feel like can definitely be a half an hour. And I would love to see that shit. That was good. That was fun. But then again, I also feel I don't want to say.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where like could it be a half hour or was it good in the short?
Like would making it a half hour like make it bad somehow?
I don't know though, because
only if you try to do like an origin story of the killer.
Or, right. Like, or the being or the demon or whatever that's attached. Like,
yeah, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I don't think it would any longer. It might kill it, but you probably could have went like a little more crazy with the kill or whatever, though.
Yeah.
But just being the way it was, like it just seemed realistic.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, that one was definitely a good one.
What was the next one, Dreams?
So the second one. Dang, I didn't write down the details of the second one, but I said the second one was good. I said it was a good storyline. The acting was actually creepy.
Oh, was that the
one with the doll?
The doll was good.
Was that the second one?
The doll.
You remember the little doll with the black hair and the button eyes, the big black button eyes?
Oh, I may have stepped away for that one.
That's whenever he walked away for a minute.
Yo, that story, there was 2 chicks.
Oh man,
that was a creepy one.
There was 2 chicks that were a couple, right? And so the one chick, she was
stuffing turkeys.
They did say something about stuffing turkeys. They did say something about that. Yes, they did. But anyway, they were decorating for Christmas or whatever. So there's one girl, she goes up to the attic. It doesn't show her doing this until after she tells her where she got the doll from. She goes to the attic, gets this doll, and she puts it on the fireplace, fucking whatever the hell you call that shit.
The mantle.
Thank you. You know. See, Aaron looked down and was like, I don't know what you talking about, bro. That's the white. Thank you, Chad. The mantle. But yeah, it's this creepy doll sitting on the mantle. And then one girlfriend, she's looking at it and she's just freaked out. She's like, you need to get this out of here. And the girl's like, it's only a doll. She's like, we can go in there and do what you were talking about. And I can, what'd she say? She said, stuff
her turkey.
Stuff her turkey. She said that. She said something about licking her. And so I don't know if she said licking or if she said it in some sort of way, but, but unfortunately it didn't happen to get to see that. But yeah, so then they go to the room, they're laying down, and then it shows the one chick that's like terrified of the doll. She's just like sitting up in bed looking scared, and she's hearing like thumping upstairs. She's hearing bumping, so she gets up and she looks, and she sees the doll downstairs, like on the floor, but bigger. And so she goes in the room. She's still freaking out, and she's trying to wake her girl up. We all know how it is when you try to wake up your significant other, and they get all. You know how they get. That's basically how she was acting. And eventually she does wake up, and she like this. So here's the part that I think I got confused on. Did she because I seen her girl trying to wake her up, and she finally wakes up. Did she push her off the bed?
Yeah.
I'll grab her. Okay, so she pushes her off the bed, right?
She's like, "What the fuck?"
And then it's like it like pans slow over to the floor, and the chick looking over, and then it shows the doll holding her girl. Like the doll's bigger, like holding her girl. And the chick starts screaming, and she's like moving in her bed, and then she's then the doll's like on the floor, but like at the foot of their bed, up against like a chest or something. Breaks the chick's neck.
Oh damn!
Yeah, yo. I was like, oh, so that's another story that's up there. That's like my number.
Yeah,
If the one story we were talking about was number 1, this may be my number 2 right here. Like the story
was creepy.
It was creepy. It was dope. It was.
Dang,
dope.
I'm mad I missed that one.
Yo,
see that probably would have gave it a better rating. Gosh,
Definitely.
darn it!
But then like the cop comes in and tries to save the girl, but then like once he goes back upstairs, like the other girlfriend just has this little doll on her chest. So like this cop just thinks she's fucking bonkers and killed her girlfriend.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. After all that, and then as the story's ending, right? It shows the chick looking back, or the cop won't look back, and it shows the girlfriend sitting on the bed with like the big button eyes, like the doll. And she's like, "Turn around, turn around." The cop's like, "Shut the fuck up." It just drags her out.
Wow.
So yeah, that story you got, bro. That
was creepy.
A good story. That was a creepy good story. You know the other one, creepy one. Which actually, what's the next story, James? Because it might be the next story.
So I remembered what the other one was. The second story. It was the guy who had a daughter.
Yes. The black.
And the mom must have passed away in the car crash. My guess is that he made some type of deal for his daughter to have not died as well. And I guess that came with a time limit, and time was up. So, so I give that one a good rating. I felt like the acting in that one was good. It was believable. You know what I'm saying? I like the storyline. The storyline was good. I even think the kill was kind of like, oh, damn.
Oh, yeah.
Dude just he just squeezed her head and just embedded his thumb in her skull. I'm like, God damn. But nah, I thought that one was a good rating too. I like the story for that one. That was creative.
It was.
Yeah.
And with that story, it kind of shows you it's like a parent will do anything for their child without thinking, and it kind of shows you like the part where it's like the without thinking part where the father messed up.
Yeah.
Because it's like, and I mean, not to put this on anybody, but you get where the story's telling, because it's like, okay, do I have like he already lost his wife, and he doesn't want to lose his daughter in the same night, like he can't handle that. So it's like, can I just have her for a little while longer? He might not even thought of what that meant in the time. So it's like, damn.
Right.
But that was wild. That was a wild story, and it was kind of short too.
It was really short.
But it was one of those ones to where I feel it kind of it was good. It was good at the point of the length of it. I'm not saying it couldn't be longer, but it was good at the length of it to where it just told the story. It was like boom, 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 told the story. You didn't really
like you understood everything, even without having the details of who he made that deal with, what he made that deal with, what was the actual deal. Just the story itself told everything that you needed to know to enjoy it.
The story even tried to tug at your heartstrings, where he's fucking listening to the voicemail of his dead wife, talking about how I'm on my way home, and I'm sorry for being away so long because of work or whatever. I'm just like,
and the way he was responding to the message, like, you felt that joint. That's why I was like, yo, that was some bomb ass acting, my guy. Way to go! Applause to you.
Yeah, hell yeah. No, this was.
You know what I'm saying? That was good.
This was good. What was the next one?
All right, let's see if I got us too far off track. well, the third story, all I said was just So I don't know what that one was.
Was that the one with the guy hanging from the ceiling?
No, I wrote down that I enjoyed that one.
That's what I wanted to talk about next. The ant story. I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
I don't know either. I'm not sure which one the F was, but the guy with the whole entire hanging himself, I thought that was a good one. Even though I was like, who was this random guy in this house that just I'm here to help you. Just came out of nowhere. I'm like, bro, okay. But I feel like I like the joking though that was at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? How he was responding to this random dude in his house. You know, so I thought that one was good. And I felt like it also touched well on like mental health issues. You know what I'm saying? And like people who struggle with, you know, suicidal thoughts because of life circumstances and things they're dealing with. So I felt like while not only hitting some humor and making it an entertaining horror film, I felt like it also shines some light on, hey, pay attention to the folks around you because, you know, they could be dealing with some stuff that got them in the headspace of just taking themselves out. That one little thing could be what pushes them off the edge, like just like that story. You know, so I thought that one was well done.
So okay, so really quick, let's talk about that story. So basically, the story is the father is supposed to be getting his kids on Christmas or spending time with his kids on Christmas, and he gets a phone call from his ex, and he listens to the voicemail. He was listening to the voicemail, right?
Nah, he was reading the email.
Oh, that's right.
Like, who gets emails?
About how her and her husband just thought that it would be good if they just spent Christmas alone without him there, and this, that, and the third, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the dude like staying on a chair with a fucking Christmas, which just made this more fucked up, but a Christmas scarf around his neck, getting ready to hang himself. And he's like crying and shit, understandably. And then this dude just walks in, which was like, they made him look creepy as shit. Like his eyes were dark.
Man, wide.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I'm like, what the hell is this nigga?
He was like, I'm here to help you. Yo, he didn't help shit.
Right.
I think it's like Satan's guys or some shit.
He made everything worse. Because the crazy thing was, and seriously, people, if you do need help, there is a hotline number. I will look it up and post it in the chat in a second. But if you do feel like you need help to where you're going to take yourself out, call that hotline. Let me look it up right now. I believe it's 988, but I don't want to quote you guys, or I don't want you guys to quote me on that. I'm wrong. But the crazy thing was like after that happened, after he did that to himself and then he passed, not even 2 minutes later, his phone's ringing and it's his BM. Or no, she sent him a text message like, "Hey, we didn't want you to be alone on Christmas. We thought you should come over, and the kids will want to see you too and hang out, and we can exchange gifts, this, that, and the third."
Right.
And like all in his head, which now it makes me think more, which makes this story even deeper, which bumps this story up a little bit more for me too. But even more, did the guy that came in, the devil guy, whatever you want to call him, was he fucking with him the whole time? Like,
bro,
never said.
That's the thing with the story. That never happened. That was all just going on in his head.
Oh,
you didn't catch that. That's why I was like, yo, that joint was wild and well done because you heard the music stop when that whole scene started, and then when the whole scene was over, it continued from again the thing being around his neck, him then jumping off, and then the music picked back up, almost as if time froze, and all of that was just going on in his head, and then time continued, and he finished what he started doing.
Oh my god!
Because when you looked at the phone, it was still on the picture of his family. And that's what he looked at before the whole thing jumped off. That joint was fire.
It had some deep meaning in there.
Very deep meaning, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah. That's why I was like, yo, they not only did they entertain you, they brought you into the mind of someone who be tripping like that, bro.
Hold up, Dream. Time is fucking up. First of all, I'm bumping my rating up to an 8. The way we're discussing these few stories that we really enjoyed, I feel like that 4.5 is a little low, bro. We'll keep talking, but I'm just saying, just because those, just our top 3, just our top 3 alone, so far, I'll say, are just like, holy shit! Like these are some really good stories to where I can honestly see all 3 of them at least being like half-hour shorts.
Mm-hmm.
And being good with that. Being really good at that, honestly.
And even just as they were great.
Yeah.
They were great.
Yeah.
They were great.
I'll tell you, I wish I had the talent, the funds, and the people around me, because this is like inspiring to make me want to do some shit like that. Like just doing fun shorts with people. Some fun horror shorts. Because why not?
Yeah. Yeah, and I liked how they were able to do that, give it a deep meaning while entertaining you the whole time.
Mhm.
You know, that was dope. That was well done. So I like that. I give that one a good rating.
What was another? Wow, what was the next one you got on there, Dreams? Or what did you write?
Let's see.
Yeah, I forget what order they were all in.
The
Same
next
here.
one, the next one. See, I was ready. I mean, I was like, I gotta be like your boy that be on here who's like organized to a T and ready for these joints. The one that you said he's not feeling good.
James?
Son, James, I feel like James he be remembering, recalling every scene. I'm like, yo,
He's
I gotta.
good. He has his moments. He has his moments.
Word. So I was like, I gotta be on it. I gotta be on it. But nah, the next one was the Killer Christmas Tree.
Mm.
I hated that one.
I had so much fun with that one. That one was funny.
I hated that one. Like,
Oh man, I didn't mind it.
I don't really remember that one too much.
Oh
I
man,
remember bits and pieces of it.
yo, that would have been dope.
Wow.
Like I was telling you guys a little earlier in the episode about how I'll be doing watch parties for Friday the 13th fan films. This gentleman right here has a few out there that are fire.
Nice. Yeah, so the next one was the Killer Tree. I wasn't a fan of that one. I liked the way it was starting, you know, robbing this dude's house, but really they're plotting to kill the dude because he witnessed the murder. He didn't want him to remember him. I was liking all that, you know, even like, you know, him killing him part because the dude, he was hiding behind the tree when he came into the crib. I was enjoying all that. And then it just lost me when the tree just started killing. I'm like, oh man.
When I seen that tree started killing, I started smiling. I was like,
I know you did, bro. I had a feeling you was like cheesing from like ear to ear. You was loving that.
Damn right. Because I love the fucking cheese. I love the cheese fest with horror movies like that, especially. And I just said this episode as well with holiday horror. I like that goofy, silly, cheesy shit, as well as the blood, guts, and boobs, of course. And like, this story was a good. I don't even want to call it a throwaway story, but this story was like a good one of those fun stories to where it kind of gave you a little break, because the ones we just discussed were some of them were kind of heavy, so it kind of gave you a little break and then dove back into some shit.
Right.
I
can respect it for that. I can respect it for that.
You know, it was. I'm not gonna say it was my favorite story. It was one of my favorite stories, but it wasn't a bad. It was all right. It was all right. It was funny.
One thing I noticed was when the dude who was being strangled, when the Santa was being strangled, he had hit the dude over the head with a plate, and the plate shattered, but it made no noise. Did you notice that?
I did.
I'm like, yo, that's the most silent plate shatter I ever heard before in my life.
I'm trying to think, because I feel like when that plate shatter happened, I feel like it was kind of slow. So if it was like the slow motion type of thing, where they didn't really do the sound, maybe I could be
like it showed like his hand grabbing the plate and then it smashed over the guy's head, but the guy didn't seem bothered. That's probably why the plate was a silent, smash. Maybe it was like a paper plate or something. I don't know.
No,
but like
the plate shattered.
It shattered. I don't know. Maybe it was plastic. Dude was not bothered by it, but it didn't make a sound. So I guess he didn't hit him that hard.
He really wasn't bothered by it. He just kind of like just stood there, like, all right, and
right.
Strangling.
It was already broken. Just tapped.
Yeah.
Right. I would have at least been thrown off by it. Like I'm gonna finish this business. You gonna die, buddy. Like he was not phased.
You don't die, buddy. Oh shit. Oh shit. I gotta clip that for a TikTok. You don't die, buddy.
Nah, that's hilarious. Dang, where are we at now? All right, so now we up to that one where, the whole entire hold on. Milltown, we went down at 12. We're at the story now where the kid was being bad and the dad told him about, Santa's
yeah.
was it Krampus?
No. He called him Crinkle. What did he call him?
Crinkle, something like that.
Crinkle something. Crinkle something.
Yeah.
It was like Santa's evil brother or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that story. I wish there
Or
was
maybe he was still one of Santa's helpers, but he was the one who pays attention to the kids when Santa can't because he's delivering toys.
Yep.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one with the girl on the cell phone, right?
It was Chris Crinkle.
Chris Crinkle. Nah, the girl with the cell phone, she came after. But this one was with the boy who was playing the game, and the dad told him to turn it off.
Oh
He was like, no. He was arguing back and forth.
He was on his wife. He was on his tablet.
Crinkle the clown.
Clown. Crinkle's the clown. Yes. Crinkle's the clown.
He was sitting there throwing Christmas ornaments as distractions.
Yep.
He was like a fusion of it and like something else. Like he gave me it vibes for sure.
It wasn't bad, I didn't think, but I don't know. Like I'm a big fan of evil clowns. Like that was kind of like a letdown.
You know what I was gonna say? The clown didn't look creepy enough.
No.
Had the clown looked creepier, the story that would have made the story so much. Just the clown looking creepier alone would have made the story better.
Yeah. I wasn't crazy about the dad. I think they could have did a better dad.
I mean, Chad said it. Chad, you know what? Chad, tell him what you said, Chad.
The kid's a better actor than the dad.
Yes, he definitely was. That was big facts. But then I'm like, yo, this kid is just watching, saying, "Oh no, don't do that, no," and his dad's being murked, and he's like, "No, please stop!" Like shank, like he wasn't doing nothing. I'm like, dang, bro, you love your dad. You really want to get back to them games. That's all you care about.
I mean, I'll try to shoot the kid some bail just to play devil's advocate. He was scared as shit. He's a little kid. He's a little kid, but at the same time, it's like I don't know, because we can all say what we would do in that situation, but thank God we were never in that situation.
Right. I mean, he was probably like 8 years old, the kid,
if that.
Right.
I'll say at the oldest 8.
He probably pissed his pants.
I would shit myself being the grown adult. Wait, how the fuck you get in here?
Yeah, nah, that joint, I was definitely rolling, with the clown in that one. I found that clown more so funny than I did.
Right.
Scary,
but like but again, like they could use the same exact story, even if they kept the dad, just making that clown creepier would have made the story better. But
I think so.
Again, it wasn't bad. Nothing on here was bad. Like watching this thing from start to finish, there's no skips on here. You know what I mean? Like
I wouldn't have skipped any.
That story was pretty short too.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And on, like I said to you guys earlier too, I definitely plan on watching this next December. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna review it because I probably won't, but I want to watch this and Christmas Bloody Christmas are gonna be some holiday horror I watch next year.
I would say the funniest line though, as far as like relating back to like the bar scene where everyone was kind of like having their little small tidbits between each story. That one line about giving your mom the tip had me in tears, bro. I was over here on the floor crying, my guy.
Oh my god.
I think that was like out of all the stupid stuff they were saying, that had to be the funniest.
We didn't mention that, did we?
Oh, that isn't the funniest because let's discuss this group. I'm gonna jump to the end of where the one chick came in and was killing everybody. She broke the dude's neck that was in the wheelchair. They told him to walk it off.
Go walk it off.
I was like, that was fucking hilarious.
Nah, that was funny. That was funny.
Hilarious. Oh my gosh! But that crew, right? Like, again, listen to this, people, indie people. If you want some cheap people to be acting in your movies, like what they were doing for that bar scene would be a fun scene to do. Like if you're a part of a movie, just being that, and then like you're about to tell this story, boom.
And we didn't really touch on that, did we? Like, so the guys in the bar are actually telling the short stories that we watch.
Yeah, like
But
everybody's.
then like they're like a whole different scene all by themselves at the end of the movie.
They each. So what it is, they each tell 2 stories.
Yeah.
And there's one extra chick there that tells 1 story, so that's a 13th story. And then she fucks shit up and records it.
Now, the only thing that I feel got left on the table, during this whole entire time of them, being, spending in the bar or whatever, I don't think they, or were they the ones doing the killings that was being reported on the news? Because remember, like, they had the TV on and they were sitting here, talking about all these different, like, murders and bodies being found and all these different things going on. And people are afraid if Christmas is going to be, brought with joy or brought with death. You remember how there was all those reporters? Mm-hmm. So were these crew of people the ones doing the killings, or did that just get left on the table?
I don't think they really actually like said, because all they really focus on is that girl's sister or her daughter or whoever it was.
Right. So was like this group, was she, related to one of the victims by this group? And maybe those reportings was the group, or was that just, am I overthinking that and that was just left on the table?
See, now you got me confused. Yeah,
man. Because remember, it starts off with, and that was another thing I wrote down some notes for, where at the very beginning it was showing all these different like articles and reports on the television, and a Santa Claus hand was like thumbtacking. Different, and then you just seen like splats of blood.
What? Yep.
I'm like, he's not killing them in the room. Why is there splats of blood?
For that effect.
So I'm so mad by that. I was like, that's so extra. Y'all losing me already with this. But I just thought that was funny. But yeah, I wasn't sure what happened with the whole, story, how it started off with reporting these killings. It kind of like just got left and got overshadowed by their own individual stories.
Shit. You got a point there, but you know what though? Something did happen, because I remember. Shit, wasn't there? There was a girl standing behind somebody doing some killing. What story was that? One of the short stories, or was that the bar scene?
I mean, the only thing I could think of was just the bar scene and her getting revenge for them killing her sister.
That's what it was. Her sister, like, if you paid attention, you could see her like in the background. It looked like she had like something dark over her eyes. You could kind of see her in the back as her sister's fucking everybody up in there. But it's not just she starts fucking people up. So yeah, they did a good job with this shit. Like all you know what I mean? Like all fucking, they did a really good job with these stories.
Yeah.
And the ones that are really good really stand the fuck out. They really stand out. And I feel like the ones that weren't as good weren't as long either.
Right.
What did you think about the one with the girl wanting the cell phone and the boy teasing her and playing the record player backwards?
That was a fun one.
Yeah, I thought so too.
That was a fun one. Honestly, like that one surprised me. And I kind of chuckled at, but I feel like, all right, let me get into it. Let me get into this. So, as you're saying, the little brother comes in there, fucking with his sister, of course. Brings an iguana, fucking with that. Sets it down, starts reading her little Christmas list, tells her sister Santa isn't real, and then he's about to leave. What the fuck happens? Then he says, "Find Santa's," or he's about to leave the room, and what was that being that came?
It was
Santa's brother, right?
He said when God made Santa Claus, he put all the good in him, so all that was left in the brother was all things that was evil.
That's right. That's right.
And then, like, if you played that record, like a Christmas song backwards, then he would come out and kill you or whatever.
Yep. And that's exactly what he did. He thought, and well, he would kill the bad kids, only bad kids.
Right.
And the brother did that, and he was just doing it to scary sister, of course. And then the dude kills the brother. The dude stabs him in his stomach. Has him up against the wall, stabbed in the stomach, a la Halloween. That's what I was thinking of. So shout out to Halloween. That's exactly. I was saying as I was like, oh shit, shout out to Halloween with that kill.
Yeah.
And
the little girl don't give a shit.
She did not care, bro.
Yo, she was just
she got her cell phone and didn't give a fuck.
Here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing that bothered me, right? So she grabs her phone, brand new phone, right? She pushes, unlocks it, whatever, pushes like 2 buttons. Hi, Stacy, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, how the fuck do you have her number stored in your phone already?
Bro.
Yeah. That's
that indie film magic, my guy.
No. I'm not even going to say that. I'm going to shoot the movie some bail because this whole demonic shit that happened, the demonic shit that gave her the phone was already set to how she would have had it set anyway. So that's how that works. Boom.
She wouldn't know that. She just got the phone. She would have to at least go through and figure it out. Like, oh snap, it's programmed.
But the demonic thing would know that, and just I don't know. Again, she should have been more upset about her brother being dead than being excited that she got a green cell phone.
Bro, she did not care, bro. Like, dude was murked on her wall. She didn't even blink twice about it. Like,
she gave zero.
She just lays down on her bed and calls one of her friends.
Oh, yeah.
That's like legit I hate you status right there.
But there was some good, seriously though, guys, there was some good overall, there's some really good stories. It's on Tubi. Highly, highly worth the watch. Highly fucking worth the watch. And watch the whole thing. Don't skip anything.
I think I watched it on Screenbox.
Nice. It's over there too. Huh?
No, I was gonna say we're not wrapping it up. There's 2 more.
Oh no!
That's like, yo, we gotta talk about this.
I wasn't wrapping it up. I was just, throwing it out there that it's an indie movie, so I have to throw it out there. I still got to spin the wheel for next Tuesday and Thursday.
Okay.
Which let me pull that up now while you get these stories together, Dreams.
So first off, I won't jump too far ahead. I'll go to the next one. The next one was the officer one, where she.
Oh yeah, outside the truck.
Yeah. So, first of all, why did she pull the pole out of the chick's stomach? I thought if something is impaling somebody, you're not supposed to move it. Like, you leave it there.
You're supposed to.
So the first thing she did was rip it out. I'm like, whoa, that doesn't seem like that's by the book. But as the story goes on, like, it was just clear to me this was a poorly trained officer because she wasn't doing anything right. Like, I was like, Jesus, who hired this lady? But I thought that was a good one. I was confused a little bit on the whole entire swapping places. Wait, no. That then goes into the whole entire story with the guy in the cell. So that took a turn for the better, because again, that was one of the greater ones. But then the next one, this is the one.
Let's stay with that one really quick because I forgot that was a part of that story.
That was at the beginning.
That was the beginning part.
That shows you how powerful and how good that guy's acting was in the second part of this, because you forget about that beginning part. Because I forgot he's the one who closed the trunk with the cop in there. And so when you're watching that scene when the cop is going around the truck the last time, and she looks in there and you see her in there, and you're just like, oh, I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck's going on? What kind of demonic shit's going on?
Right, and he turned and it's him closing it.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit, like that right there was oh shit. From then on, it really stepped up.
Yeah,
but that was so she was going to that scene where he killed up a bunch of people, of course.
Yeah,
the cop.
Because whenever he's in like the nut house or whatever, and he says that whatever line when he's like pressed up against the window, that's what the cop lady said to him whenever she was thinking she was going to kill him, but then shit went sideways.
Yeah. show your pretty face. Something I forgot what it
Yeah.
was verbatim, but yeah. Damn, that was a good fucking story. Holy
Yeah.
shit, that was a good story.
But you got a good story like that, and then it follows up with the killing Batman and Robin movie. The Christmas party where people were coming over, and there was a note left on the doorstep talking about your house is marked.
The story with James in it.
Yes.
Oh,
son, the killers in that, I was like, what is this, like a killer killing Batman and Robin? Like, what is going on here? Like, the way the dude's mask looked, the way he was talking, I was like, okay, clearly he's Batman, and his sidekick gotta be Robin. Like, what's going on?
Oh shit!
That joint, I think that to me that was the worst one.
I forgot all about that
That had
one.
to be the worst one.
Right.
That had to be the worst one, bro. Like I even like the very first one more than that one.
Yeah, the first one, I feel like what hurt it was just it wasn't long enough. Honestly, like who's to say what would have happened with that movie if it had been a longer film?
Yeah.
Well, let's see what we're doing for next Tuesday and next Thursday. Put this bad boy up. It's been a while since I've done this thing. Feels like it. Wow.
Don't forget that pun, Blue Lives Splatter.
Oh yeah, Blue Lives Splatter. Whoops.
Well, I don't think Dreams was there for the radio station one.
I caught some of the tail bits at the end. That joint was hilarious to me.
That was a good one. That's probably one of my favorite ones.
I like how it ended. Like only an act of God would stop me from being able to get away with this. And all of a sudden, the light comes on, and there's mad witnesses in the room.
He said he was there to. He said he was there to bust ass and bust nuts.
Oh, right. Yes.
And then he was talking about skeeting somewhere. I don't remember, but
Yeah, he said something in skeeting. I was like, wait, what?
Oh Jesus!
And he said
This looks like it's gonna be bad. Jesus.
It's gonna be bad. This is how, guys. This is how I'm starting 2022 with the first movie review. Sorry,
Wow.
I'm not ready to say that yet. I'm starting off with a bad movie. I'm not. Maybe it's good.
Bruh. I don't got high hopes for that one.
That cover doesn't look good.
No, sir. If you're gonna judge a book by a cover, this is what you put back down. Like this is gonna be it.
Nice cover. There's beauty in everything, guys. There's beauty in everything.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what Thursday's movie's gonna be. One bedroom. This could be good.
Sure. Don't look bad. I can see that one going somewhere.
This one could. I mean, the other movie could be better than this. We never know, guys.
Yeah, anymore it's tough to judge.
Oh shit.
So then you also had the story of that evil reindeer.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what the fuck did they call them? Caribous.
Yeah.
Because they're hunting the caribous. That story wasn't bad.
No, I like that one.
And the creepiest part was the end. I'll tell you why.
But the Merry Christmas?
Yes.
I hated that. I was like, oh, that was so cheesy. Well, you love the cheese.
I do. I fucking love the cheese because I didn't think of it as like weak, whack, or corny. I thought of it as like, oh, it was fun. That was a little. It had a little creepiness to it.
Damn, you saw that and you was like, that gives me the heebie-jeebies.
I can see what it is with stuff like that though, is I can see it, even if it doesn't bother me like that, I can see it creeping people out. Like, oh, that's a good idea. I gotta try that sometime. And that was just like, I'm like, okay, so you just finished choking this guy to death, killing this guy, so that your caribou can eat him. And then you just say fucking Merry Christmas right after. Like, this is just this is a regular Christmas tradition for everybody. Not just for you, shit, for like all of us. Like, oh yeah, Merry Christmas. Okay. Last time I'm going to Chad's house for Christmas.
I think he was saying it to the reindeer though, or the caribou.
Yeah, maybe, or to the
'Cause
camp.
they had a good dinner. They ate
did.
2 people,
They
2
did.
poachers.
That's true. They did.
I mean, you had to know something when dude was not phased by them, pretty much hijacking his crib. Like,
Oh, he was chilling.
and he gave that dude a warning too. It was like, hey, you seem like a good boy. Listen, you don't want the smoke that's about to go down up in here. I suggest you get out of here, buddy.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, I would never be in that situation. If I was in that situation, the old dude told me some shit like that, I'm leaving. Was
Right.
that time? And 2 of our young guys sitting there trying to break in and steal some shit that aren't ours. And he's like, listen, you seem like you're a good kid. You're just around an asshole. Your boy up there, he ain't gonna make it. But you,
He's like, your boy up there. No, listen, he not gonna make it. I'm keeping it a buck with you. He ain't gonna live, my guy.
Basically, I've been like, okay, which door do I need to leave? What's the quickest route out of here? I'm out. Peace.
Facts.
Sorry, buddy. I'll show up to your funeral. But this old ass dude said that only one of us. If I leave now, I'll make it. Shit.
Like,
Where
hey,
were you?
he counted you out, and he was damn believable. I had to get up out of there.
Like I didn't realize like the caribou or whatever. It looked like they were like zombies or some shit though. Like
yeah, like zombie horses.
yeah.
There was something with them because if you looked in their face, they're like cut up and scarred up and shit.
Well, that one was missing an eye.
That too.
Well, remember he was like, not all reindeer could stay there, and
With Santa.
someone gotta,
Right.
watch them or something like that.
That was still pretty crazy though.
Yeah, well, oh, it was. That wasn't a bad story either.
No.
Yeah.
That one little scene though, where they had like where he kind of like dipped his head forward and then pulls his hat off and he has elf ears.
Yeah,
that was a little much.
I could have done without that. I could have done.
Yeah, that was a little much. Just that camera angle was just weird looking.
They should have just left him with his hat on and just ended. Right after he said Merry Christmas, it should have been done.
Right.
He should have Merry Christmas with his hat on. Just left it right there.
His hat was off when he said Merry Christmas.
Yeah, it was off.
It was
He took
already
his hat
off.
off.
Shit.
Yeah, he took it off before he grabbed the Christmas lights and strangled that kid.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. Maybe that was like an indication of saying like, oh, he's one of Santa's elves who was sent out of the North, who was sent out of the North Pole to take care of these ex-reindeers who are now evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where my mind went with it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it though. Like I said, overall though, this was all these short films, short stories. I believe it was 13, right? There were 13 sleighs.
Yeah, that was the last one. I mean, I think I missed like 1 or 2, but those are the ones I stepped out for. So
yeah. But again, people, if you have never seen this, go watch it. Seriously, it's definitely worth it. I feel like it's worth watching once a year in December, or whenever you start your Christmas movies. You start late November, early December, cool. But this is one of them that's worth it once a year. And I feel the same way about Christmas, Bloody Christmas, which we reviewed last Thursday.
That was a good one.
That right now. That's my favorite Christmas movie, horror Christmas movie.
Yeah, that's a real good movie.
It's just a fun. If you like slashers, dreams, or fun, funny gore fest, you'll get that with Christmas. It's freaking Terminator Santa, basically. Evil Terminator Santa. I know Terminator starts out bad and shit, but you know what I mean. He's evil through the whole thing.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one, but I'd definitely be down to watch it.
Oh, trust me, it's fun. I gave it a 9. That's not saying much coming from me, people, but it was fucking fun.
I really haven't seen anything bad that Shudder put out this year.
I won't necessarily say bad. I haven't said it on top of everything that came out this year, but we reviewed a movie earlier called Glory, which wasn't bad. It was like in the middle, kind of. Over on Shudder, did you check that out yet?
I haven't seen that one.
Check that. Let me know how you feel about that one, Glory.
I just watched Scare Package 2 the other night, too. That shit was dope.
I gotta check that out. Scare Package 2. But yeah, Glory. I think you may like it. A little different.
All right.
It's not bad.
Check it out.
It's not bad.
I've been watching a few like horror shorts on YouTube. I'm not sure if you review like YouTube short films, but if so, I can set some of those suggestions. I watched a couple of them that was actually really solid. So
I'd be down to do that. I mean, what I'd more so be inclined to doing is if there's a way to connect with the creators and then possibly maybe showing an episode on or a short on here and reviewing it with them, or having them come on and discuss it either way. Having them come on and discuss it either way would be dope. But yeah, I would do that. Because I want to work a lot more with indie going into 2023 and beyond. Still gonna do the big name movies and all the other random movies I do, but I want to work with indie more so. Even if it's like a once a month thing, it's something.
Right.
Now what was the one you said I should see? Blood Christmas?
Christmas, Bloody Christmas.
Bloody Christmas. You said that was by Shudder, Chad?
It was on Shudder.
It's on Shudder.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a Shudder original. I think so.
I think it is. Either way, it's dope.
It is dope.
It's man. But
it's a solid movie through and through. Like, there's nothing really boring in the whole movie. Once it starts picking up, it's on.
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh man, I fucking hope they do another 13 Slays and another Christmas, Bloody Christmas. 13 Slays is something I hope they do, and like I said, I hope it keeps going and going and going, because just call it a different part. 13 Slays part, whatever. You can even call it 13 Slays and then the year it came out.
Right.
But I want to see more and more of shit like this, and same with Halloween and all the other holidays, because I just think it's a dope, fun way to kind of keep holiday horror, I guess. I don't know if alive is the right word, but like the anticipation for it. So you're not going back. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with doing it, because we all do it. I do it myself, and I love doing it. But so we can all go. We're not all going back and watching the same movies. You know what I mean? Like for regular holiday movies, people are going back and watching the same exact holiday movies every year. It's a beautiful tradition. Do not get me wrong, but it'll be dope to, at least with something like this. Say if it's just one indie. I'm not saying only one comes out, but let's just say it's just 13 Slays that comes out once a year, where you have. Let's just say 13 different creators every single year. You have 13 different creators every single year that are creating shorts on here, and comes out once a year. You know, we all get it, blah blah blah, all that fun stuff, and review it every year. I think it'd be dope. I think it'd be super dope, and it gives people, you know, some people will get some shine that they would have never gotten before. Some people may blow up from it. You know, whatever happens, it'll be dope. Make some dope connections. Come on, Horror Start Starting, get it reviewed. Tell us some, you know, why you did it. You know, stuff like that. We all help each other, people. We can all help each other. And we want more Christmas horror out there. We need it. We'll act in them. All of them. We need that.
Right?
Dreams has cameras. It'll help, you know, shoot.
Just holler at me.
There you go. There you go. Uh-oh.
Yep.
But I guess we can wrap this one up, guys. This one was a fun one. Again, if you have not seen 13 Slays, make sure you guys go out there and check it. It is on Tubi. It's worth at least a one-time watch. Me, I feel like if you need something in your holiday horror traditional things to watch every year, or in your holiday horror rotation, throw this one in there. Definitely throw this one in there. 13 Slays, because it's worth it. It's fucking worth it.
Final rating.
I'm gonna go with an 8. I'm gonna stick with my 8, man. I had to bump that shit up because this shit was just like just us discussing those stories, especially those 3. I'm like, you know what? I gotta move this up because these stories are real creative, and just how deep some of them were. How deep some of them were within those couple of minutes. That's saying some shit. So yeah, I'm gonna go with an 8.
I'd bump mine to a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same. I bump it to like a 6.5, maybe a 7. That's a whole 2.5 points.
I was gonna say you took a big jump on that one.
Are you moving on to a 7? Okay.
You know, 6.5, 7, and I think that's mainly because, you know, when I was even giving it that 4.5, you know, I was being more so critical on, you know, just how distracting some of the production stuff was, you know, but just stepping out of that and just taking the stories for what they were, you know, and kind of like just embracing the style of film it was, you know, and the fact that it is indie, you know, it does validate a few more points than what I gave it. So, you know, I could definitely say a 6.5 or a 7 is, you know, definitely fair. Like we said, those few ones, you know, that we talked about, like if nothing else, those things really carried it. You know what I mean? So
Oh yeah. I had a great time with it.
Yeah.
It's something that I definitely will watch again. I'm actually gonna tell my wife to check it out, or at least watch it with me next year because I think she would have some fun with some of these stories.
Right.
Yeah, definitely, people definitely go out there and watch it. Definitely go out there and check it out. And if anybody who has an indie film is watching and wants us to review it, shoot me the link to it, and we'll get on it and come on for an interview and review it with us and have an interview and tell us why the movie was shot the way it was shot, or why things happened the way they did. Simple as that. Whatever we can do, let's work together. But let's see. You guys have any last things you want to say about the shows or the movie? Everybody's all good.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you come with anthology films, if you get like at least half of the stories are good, you're successful, in my opinion.
Shit, with an anthology film, say there was 13 films on here.
I'd say at least 8 of them were good, like real good.
Probably. I was gonna say I couldn't even tell you how many because I don't remember, but you're probably right with about 8 of them. And even if more were bad than good, it's still worth a watch. Like even if you feel more were bad, it's still worth a watch because you're seeing 13 different stories, 13 different creators. It's awesome. So go check it out, people. Go check it out, and make sure you guys go check out the Video Store Clerks over on Facebook and over on YouTube. They have an awesome podcast, which I mean, they talk movies, shows, all that good shit. They can even throw in video games if they really want to, because video games you can rent that. They could even throw I won't throw that idea out there. That's something we were talking about behind the scenes. But yeah, check out the Video Store Clerks, guys. And for those of you who want some more content to check out, and Dreams, I gotta pull your logo up. Horror with Sir Sturdy, as you guys know, every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Popcorn and Pints every Saturday at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Yes, this Saturday we will be back on Popcorn and Pints, everybody. And we're reviewing Violent Night and Sausage Party. So that's how we're going to end the year. Popcorn and Pints with the Violent Sausage Party that night. So tune in for that. Make sure you guys listen to Stories from a Bar. He's actually going to have a live tomorrow on his Facebook and YouTube doing, I believe, at 8:30 Eastern Time. Having a nice little happy hour, so make sure you guys go in and check that out. And tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern Time, also, I will be showing Harry Potter doing a watch party over on Streamline. You must have HBO Max, but I'll be showing that tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern Time. And Stories from our Bar may be joining us once he's doing his watch with his whatever the hell he's doing with his thing. What was I talking about?
So, last thing I heard was a violent sausage party.
Right. I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna tune in for that one.
You should. That's gonna be a fun. If you listen, if you guys too much Violent Night and Sausage Party and come on that podcast, it's gonna be a great fucking time.
I haven't seen Violent Night yet.
Me either.
Oh, I don't know why I was thinking that was one thing. Violent Night Sausage Party. I'm like, no, I'm not tuning in for that one.
Oh no. It's two different movies, but the episode's gonna be called Violent Sausage Party.
Yikes!
Violent Sausage Party.
Running through a cornfield backwards.
And of course, people, you can check out Dreams the Creator, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram at Dreams the Creator. Check out his dope, amazing content. Check out his the overlays that he does for me. He does those shits. I can't do those. I'm gonna have him do some more. I'm gonna have to do some more in 2023. And you guys need to start getting some. You can get them for a great price. Just tell him Sir 30 cents and he'll hook you up. He will hook you up. But we're gonna get out of here, people. Again, happy holidays. Check out 13 Slays. Check out Christmas Bloody Christmas. Check out all the content we discuss, all the podcasters that we're connected with, all the other content we're connected with. Like, share, subscribe, review, drop some comments. Don't be shy. Tell your friends, tell your family, your enemies, your bosses, whoever. Tell everybody. Have a great night. I'll see you in your nightmares. Peace. Don't pee on each other unless you're into that.